FM News Talk 97.1. On demand audio. You're listening to Allman in the Morning. Common Sense Radio.
Yeah, already it's starting. The griping over the so-called lack of diversity of the developing Trump cabinet. Seven.
All right, so there's a concern about lack of diversity so far in the hiring. We saw that he brought in Michelle Rhee and Nikki Haley, but is there really any likelihood of a pick who's not a white male at this point?
Huh.
Really? Really?
Her next statement should have been, yeah, because we're waiting for a black guy to come so we can call him an Uncle Tom. Or a black woman to come along so we could disparage her as being a sellout. Which is what they did, as Greg pointed out earlier, to George W. Bush's people. So this diversity thing is a mockery. It's really just, they want diversity as long as the people who are diverse agree with them. As evidenced by the fact that I'm about to read to you the opening statement from the StandUnited.org organization. Can this be possible that I'm reading this to you? The Stand United website has launched a petition to have Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas included in the new National Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington, D.C. Angela Morabito, I can't believe we even have to ask. Can you?
Barely. This is something that's so interesting in that the brand new Smithsonian Museum of African American History and Culture is huge. It's 350,000 square feet. And nowhere in this huge brand new museum did they find room to include Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. And people have noticed that. People have taken note, and that's why this petition started on the Stand United site, and why it's taken off, why we have over 8,000 signatures so far.
And the only reference to him at the new museum is a video of Anita Hill testifying against him. That's crazy.
That's exactly right. And, Justice Thomas is known as a humble guy. He wouldn't seek out this honor for himself, but he just celebrated 25 years on the Supreme Court. That's a quarter century. And he's, got over 500 opinions to his name in that time. This man has made huge contributions to American constitutional thought, and people think that he should be recognized for that there's no reason that he should be skipped over. And yes, this new museum is there to celebrate diversity, but diversity also means differences of opinion.
Yeah, and apparently that's certainly not what they consider to be diversity, because, if you're black, you have to be of a certain political bent to be recognized by these folks. And here you have the second black Supreme Court justice in history, and basically, in my opinion, the fact that he's only included in this video is actually, if he wasn't included at all in any element, it's one thing, but to be only included in a dark moment, to me, is disparaging to his legacy.
And people are picking up on that, because Justice Thomas is not the only person who was skipped over by this museum. Thomas Sowell is an economist and a writer, and he's nowhere to be found. Alveda King is seen as kind of the torchbearer of Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy in a lot of ways, but specifically in the pro-life movement, and she's not mentioned at all either.
Wow.
So people are going through this museum and thinking the Smithsonian is supposed to be this custodian of history, and they're kind of selectively editing it. And people don't like that, and that's why this petition has really taken off to get Justice Thomas included in the Smithsonian.
Absolutely. And Thomas Sowell and Alveda King, my goodness, I don't see how they could be possibly overlooked, but we know why they are. And Angela Morabito, thank you so much for standing up and standing united and standunited.org is where you can find the petition. And please also go to their Twitter page at standunited.org, and give them a shout out from the show if you're a listener and you have Twitter, and say thank you to Angela and the rest of the team for standing up for true diversity and true justice. And Angela Morabito, thank you so much, and best of luck with the petition. I'll be signing it, and so will my people. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you, Jamie.